Well, this is the Ducati Hypermotard 796cc. They do have the 1100cc Hypermotard, which we will be testing later in the show, but I've decided to take out the 796, which is the lower cc. I think it's a good package. I've been riding it all weekend and I can't find a fault with it. I've found that many features and that many extras that are just unbelievable and easy to ride. It's just a great package. It's something that you can take on-road and off-road. Don't worry about the road tyres on it. They do handle all right in the bush with these tyres. You just got to be a bit careful on the front. A couple of things I would change if it was my personal bike. It'll be sort of like the gear ratio. It's probably a bit tall for around the city. You'd probably want to put a less tooth on the front or more on the back. But other than that, I've enjoyed every minute of it. It handles well, turns well, it does pretty much everything you want it to, and if you want to play up, you can really play up on it. A couple of the good features I have found is that when I went bush, the mirrors are perfect, because if you do hit anything, they just flip in and they go up. It's all attached to the one bark buster. It's a very good idea. I think most of the trails bikes should have it because they're always losing mirrors. Other than that, the indicators are good because they're tucked out of the way if you're in the bush. Then you're not going to damage them as much. Yeah, the features I would probably myself personally put on it is a bash plate, just to keep, if you are going off-road, you can stop the engine and the exhaust from getting crushed or broken. Suspension handles really well. Probably tyre pressures were a bit hard for what I was doing. Well, the Ducati Hypermotard, it actually has twin discs on the front, and they're the actual big brakes what you would run on your super motard bike. So they have the big brakes, also the four piston calipers from Brimbro. They're on both sides of the wheel, so it's got some very good front stopping power, as well as the front forks are actually what you run on your motocross bike, so they're a 34mm upside down fork, so they're very beefy and very strong, so you can actually, I wasn't afraid to get air with this thing. The only thing I was worried about is no bash plate, but that's just a personal thing for myself. These are belt driven. Both cylinders are actually belt driven. On your normal bikes, they're actually a chain driven, so you don't get much noise there as well. It's pretty good system. Fuel injection, of course. The exhaust sounds very fruity for a standard exhaust system. Yeah, actually, I have heard a few backfires coming out the back, which I don't mind. It sounds very good. On the rear of this bike, it's got a single-sided swing arm with one nut to release the wheel. It's a lot easier to take your wheel out, especially if you're going to change your tyre. It's a very good idea. I think all bikes should have it and make it a lot easier for us mechanics. Also, with the rear brake, it runs a twin piston caliper, whereas most of the other bikes are only running the single piston caliper, which is another added extra. It's running Öhlins suspension in the rear. They're a very good package. It would be worth going out and having a test ride of one of these. It'll blow you away. They're a very good bike.
Now, this was a surprise to me. I was wandering around the bike show here, and I came across this little beauty, the Z1000. It's the new one from Kawasaki. Here with Mark from Mach 1. Mark, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Mate, tell us about this little baby. This is totally different from the normal Z1000s.
Yes, certainly Kawasaki's put some radical design work in it, so it looks awesome. This is the white. It comes in black as well, so they're well priced, and the new one comes with ABS standard. They've actually got a larger motor in it, so it's over 1000cc, and that's all been put in torque rather than just stroke.
So what are we looking at, torque to the back wheel?
Well, the numbers off the top of my head I wouldn't know. It's an increase obviously from the last model, but they have gone a bigger bore, so it's giving you a lot better torque down the bottom. So it's a nicer ride around town, nice upright riding position. So it's it's a rider's bike. So
it definitely is a ride. I've just seen the passenger seat, so it's definitely a rider's bike.
Definitely a rider's bike. Yeah, the passenger seat is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Make it look like a single-seater as well, so a bit sportier. So the lines are sportier, more aggressive as well.
And the exhausts are absolutely phenomenal. They're little cut-off things here at the side.
We did get a lot of negative press on the previous model because of the size of the exhaust. So the exhausts have been minimised dramatically, so it's a big improvement. So all reports on it, everybody loves the look of it. It's a little bit different, takes a little bit getting used to the look, but everybody loves it. It's been out a few weeks now, so, and the ride, it looks fantastic and it's awesome to ride.
Now, believe it or not, This is actually a Honda 754. Doesn't look much like it, Gary. What have you done to it?
Oh,
Where do we start?
we started at one end with the grinder and kept going.
It's an awesome machine, mate. Obviously, motor's pretty standard, is it?
It's a little bit over 750 now, 750-ish.
You've had a little play with it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's out to 810 now.
That's a beautiful custom job. You did most of it yourself?
Yeah, yeah. I bought a licensed bike and then tore it right down, every bolt out of the motor, the whole lot, and then started from the ground up and worked up.
Now, the tank's a great bit. This is beautiful tank. Where'd you get this from?
I bought the tank off a guy that had a Harley Sportster and he needed a larger tank, so I got it for $40 and it works fairly well. Only problem is this thing gets a bit thirsty now, so I get about 100 k's and
I was just going to say, it's not a very big tank, is it?
No,
it's a tiny tank.
It gets bone dry at about 100 k's and that's it. So it's certainly not the bike you take on long runs, unless there's a servo nearby.
That's right, yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, well, on the way home, you'll need to get one, I think. Rigid?
Rigid, yep, rigid tail
My
frame.
God.
We've got no details on the frame. I've spoken to a few guys that have known frames and they've never seen one before, so we suspect that it's custom built. I bought it with the motor in it and that, so yeah.
And you bought it specifically to do what you're doing with it?
Yeah.
Now, see, it's got a kickstart on it still?
Yeah, it does work.
It does work.
But I'm lazy, I use the key as well.
Yeah, I would use the key if I was you, yeah. Now, these seats you've had specially made, I believe?
Yeah, we made the seats ourselves and trimmed them in brown leather.
You've got plenty of good springs on them. It's unusual to see a double seat like that.
Yeah, well, the springing on the second seat was, I was told to put that on by my wife. She definitely wanted a sprung seat. So it was a case of design some way of doing it.
So if you're going to sit on and start it up for us,
yeah,
we'll have a listen to this. It makes a bit of noise, does it?
It's not quiet.
Exhaust-wise, you did the exhaust yourself, did you?
Yeah, we played around with the exhausts. The bike's a bit low and I thought about bringing the exhaust up, but the lines of the bike, it works well.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. No, it would suit this, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh. Mate, that's beautiful.
During the filming of On Two Wheels, not everything always goes to plan. So we thought we'd leave you this week with a few of the bits that, well, basically didn't make the TV show.
Well, the Ducati Hypermotard actually has twin... Oh, Jesus.
What?
I got fucking electrocuted. I just got electrocuted. I'm scared to touch it now.
Do it again, yeah.
No, yeah, but they cut that bit out. Don't show anyone that.
You flash git. On you go.
Hang on, I'm sure you're going to just spin around and be
Welcome to this edition of On Two Wheels. Behind me is I don't know, what are we at? Right.
Do you want me to hold it? Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I hold it. That might help. How's that? I'm on this fantastic 1939 Mack truck, fire truck that was brought over by the Americans. So while I have a mosey around on here and have a look around and learn about a bit more about the town, we'll what are we thrown to?
Okay, ready?
Wait, I've got the giggles.
2,
Hang
3.
on a minute.
1.
This is the sort of stuff you always want to do.
Where's your Italian? Where's your Greek?
Astro dialos, katana, fast, pusti, malaka, don't be filming that.
Two. Make a Thara.
I ride anything from speedway bikes to road race bikes, motocross bikes, enduro bikes,
Nice.
push bikes with motors, anything you can think of, I ride it. Yes.
Good stuff, excellent.
No worries. Thank you, girls.
Yeah, very
Thank you very
welcome.
much.
Good show tonight.
Okay, hope you liked them.
Yeah.
See you soon. Bye.
She actually bought it in. So what we're going to do... Oh God, you don't know what this is doing for me. That's it.
Here for Coastal Park Twist.
There's a fuel tank on it, which is unusual from the bike that I'm normally on. It's a fuel gauge.
So what, you just put...
Mine runs on fart gas. Check it out, it's a Pagster 250. So being a ladies' ride and no men are present, I think I should invite Keith to come and draw the raffle.
There you go.
You didn't think he didn't come, did you? Honestly?
I am most honoured to be at this International Rider Lady Day.
All right, you're lucky. No, he's going to go off the step. No, he's not. That's one way of coming up.
Okay, so Glenn, I have a few more questions for you. Some of them are a little unorthodox.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, on a whale this size, how big his willy would be?
Probably somewhere up to 3 metres long. Fairly
3
extensive.
metres?
3 metres long, yeah.
Wow.
There's actually some on display there in the machinery shop room.
Lovely.
If you want to take the time to go.
Sydney Harbour Bridge. This is fun. Oh, we got to pay some money. You got any money? Oh shit! I don't know. $3.
In need of some public toilet facilities.
Is that the Jim Beam and Coke going through?
Possibly, yes.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe the 2 pints as well, catching up with me.
Oh dear.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But as soon as possible would be nice.
And we're now going to pull in for a healthy Macca's. Are McDonald's on the sponsor list? Don't think so. Someone knows where they're going. That's why we put Simon in front. He can sniff them out. He can sniff a Macca's out from 20 k's.
How can I introduce this? Can you give me a little example?
Good girls like cruising.
Oh God. You should be focusing on this. Here.
I don't have anything here to look at.
Keith, you're getting carried away with the ladies' day here, aren't you?
Let's see if somebody falls off, Nick. Something exciting there. You alright?
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.